Hi everyone, my name is Trang. Today I want to present my research about integrated farm model for sustainable development in Binh province, Vietnam. My presentation is divided into 7 parts: introductions, research objective, lecture reviews, methodologies, agri-tourism analysis, cultivation planning models, conclusions, and preference. Firstly, we come to the introduction. Vietnam is a country with a long tradition of agricultural productions, especially growing and supplying a variety of agricultural products such as rice, foods in domestic and work markets. In particular, the export of dragon fruit is leading in 25 countries and territories with the largest area and production of dragon fruit in Asia. With favorable climate and soil characteristics, Binh province is located in south-central coast Vietnam. It is the driest area of the country, having a lot of sunshine, wind, and no winter. Currently, Binh has been mentioned as the capital of dragon fruit, with a leading area of dragon fruit production, 13,000 hectares in 2020. Each year, Binh supplies more than 600,000 tons of dragon fruit to the market, according to the statistics of the Ministry of Agriculture in 2020. In addition, the province is known for tourism development because the sceneries and beaches. The record of community in Binh is to attract and welcome more than 1.7 million visitors each year. The strategic objective of Binh province is to exploit and effectively use all resources and potentials to proactive, integrated, and develop the marine economy, tourism, energies, and to become the industrial province, a modern-oriented service based on the development of sustainable agriculture. Then we talk about dragon fruit. The popular name is called pitaya. Dragon fruit is grown well in hot weather and tolerate well in dry areas, especially in semi-desert climate. It is grown in South and Southeast Asia, such as Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand. There are 3 main species, over 24 to 26 species: red, white, and yellow. The peak season is from April to October. The off-season is from November to March. In Vietnam, there are 3 main areas have the large scale for dragon fruit, including Binh Thuan, Long An, and Tiền Giang. In particular, Binh Thuan dragon fruit branch develops strongly, big and long, good-looking skin, strong meat, and weight difference stay in comparison into other. Currently, the production in here is planting 2 main types, white and red dragon fruit. Moreover, currently there are many products made by dragon fruit in market. It helps to create the value added of fruit and promotes brand names of Binh products. Therefore, the dragon fruit have a potential for the development in the area. Then we come to the next part, research objectives of this studies. Despite of the advantages in natural conditions as well as the histories of fruit development in the areas, the fruit have faced some problems. The first problem is that the production cost of dragon fruit is still high, which lead to reduce the competitions in domestic and international market. There is no production planting of fruit in the area. The additional costs will be occur in the off-season related to the plant's growing, electricity system, irrigation system, and electricity costs. Farmers must spend from 25 to 30 million Vietnam dong per 1,000 planting, lead to produce more than 3.5 tons of dragon fruit. Moreover, the fruit have unstable the output of fruit and unaverage the fruit consumption methods because of depend mainly on Chinese market. Almost after harvesting, the dragon fruits in Bình Thuận are packaged and consumed mainly in the form of fresh fruits in the market. The lack of combinations with tourism and develop its potential is another limitation of the current dragon fruit farm in the areas. Finally, the production is now not well practiced of fruit productions by less understanding of ecosystem service and relationships between organisms and environment. For those reasons, dragon fruit cannot promote the potentials and expand in the areas. Based on the problem identification, the research objective is defined. It means the studies aim to develop the integrative model as linking between agriculture, productions, and tourism for dragon fruit in Bình Thuận province. And the scope of this research applied one farm approximately 30,000 hectares in Binh Thuận province and focus on white and red dragon fruit. Next, we discuss on literature review. Beyond the illustrations of my studies, I find out some research to show the problems. There are some papers focused on production planning models such as a modeling framework for the strategic design of local fresh food system or planning model to the agri-fresh food supply chains and so on. Nextly, we will talk about methodologies. The flowchart describes several steps in this research. First, we analyze and evaluate the current situations of dragon fruit production in Bình Thuận province. Next, we are collecting and analyzing the data. Based on the problem identifications, we choose the suitable method to show the real problems. LB patterns is used to show the problems with multiple goals. The results is shown after running the model. Next step is validating the mathematical model for making comparisons with initial case. If it is not okay, the constraint needs to be checked again. After the model is valid, we analyze the results and get recommendation. Then we come to the next part, agri-tourism analysis. First, we will introduce what is tourism. It is new type of tourism. Besides the combinations of agriculture and tourism activity attract tourists for sightseeing, farming, and harvesting. Provide farm service to customers related to get knowledge of dragon fruit productions, local activities and cultures, additional services such as a natural landscape, comfortable feelings, and hospitality receptions. The applications of this model in farm take many advantages, such as for the farmers, it will help stimulate the consumption. Direct sales in farm, it means visitors picking fruit and buy it, combined with sales ticket. For visitors, it will bring extra income. For visitors, this is a chance for tourists can discover a new entertaining and physical training means and have visitors to get closer to nature and experience rural lifestyle. There are some successful models in some areas such as apple picking in Japan, strawberry farm in Taiwan, field trip in Mekong Delta, strawberry picking in Đà Lạt, and grape farms in Bình Thuận province. In order to understand the applications of agritourism model in Bình Thuận province, the study used SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities agreed. Then we come to the main part of my research, cultivation planning models. Firstly, I will introduce notations of the model. It has three sets. T indicate the time period, schedule for 48 weeks, for two type products in 29 fields. There are 7 parameters and 9 decision variables. After identifying problems, 3 objectives are defined. The first objective is minimize the total planning cost. Because electricity consumption in off-season is high, which wastes natural resources, we propose that there should be more production in peak season from April to September. The fruit after that are stored in the cold chains for consuming in the next month. The second objective is minimize number of visitors who cannot enter the farm by minimizing close variables. It means maximizing opening time for visiting while preparing fruit in farm. The last objective of this model is minimize inventory costs. There are totally 9 constraints of the model. Constraint 1. Number of plants prepared for harvesting is equal to number of plants after planting 7 weeks. The constraint 2. Define number of available slots for next cycle planning and preparations. The constraint 3. Number of planting slots must be smaller than number of available slots. The constraint 4 assigns only one product type for each planting slot based on its conditions. By constraint 5. Constraint 5 is conditions of planting slot. The constraint 6 determine the harvesting quantities by multiplying numbers of planting slots with productivities of each planting slot. The constraint 7 inventory conditions. Constraint 8 limitations of products in inventory. Constraint 9 amount of product shows must be less of where or equal the demand in time intervals. And the last one is constraint 10. Numbers of harvesting plants much larger than zeros for opening tourism activities. In order to run models, we need to input the data. It is including the capacity of planting areas, the capacities of each planting area. For example, the maximum planting capacities of the area once is 1,240 plants, and so on. And the productivities of planting white and red dragon fruit table shows the production quantity of white and red dragon fruit in different periods, positions, and off-seasons at 3 stages from 2015 and to 2018. The production cost of product tables it shows the weekly production cost for each product, such as production cost product one in which one is 69,100 Việt Nam đồng per plant. The demand of product table shows weekly demand for each product, such as demands of product 2 in which 32 is 3,919 kilograms of food. After input data, running models, the results of models is shown. Firstly, it shows the assigned product landing slot. For example, the product one, white dragon fruit, will grow at the areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9, and so on. The graph displays the levels of planting white and red dragon fruit in at positions and options. The production of dragon fruit is mainly in positions from week 12 to week 30. Next, the results shows the optimize the production cost compared with the previous. It means the production planning will have the pre-production cost and increase the profit for the farm. And next, the result shows the tourist opening time and visitations coincide with summertime from week 16 to week 36, and it reached the peak opening time at week 25. Fortunately, Chambers, particularly in tourist visitations, which receive large number of tourists, to bring the profits by direct sales at farm and visiting ticket. The result shows the utilization of resources on farm by linking productions and tourism activities. The use of lands is more than 50%, and the average of farm utilization is approximately more 75%. It has brings benefits for farmers. Lastly, we come to the conclusions and recommendations. Overall, the achieved results come up with a quickly detailed production plan for peak seasons and off-season durations to solve the problems such as shale planting costs, utilize resource and environmental effects, increase carbon food value additions by creating a new ways of business. And then some recommendations for farmers owners. Build a strong network with tourist agencies to attract more visitors. Upgrade product quality standards to lift up competitiveness of the market. Invest more on facility to enhance destination. They shift for new exporting channels and put marketing campaigns to raise inventory. And the last is dragon fruit brand awareness. For the Binh province, encourage more investments to dragon fruit production firms. Bring equity to the markets by inviting more farmers, cooperatives, and companies. Organizations in agritourism industries. Create a sustainable growth by matching product quality standards with environmental factors. And then these references of the results. And then that's all of my presentations. Thank you for your attention.